Hello, this is Hannah.
And Kalissa.
And Sarah.
And this is our first time getting together in
A long time.
A couple weeks.
And the roads are clear.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is springtime.
Yes.
Officially.
I hope so.
My mom told me it was supposed to be like 56 degrees or 67 or something.
Yeah.
Something
Today?
crazy.
In the 50s
I
and
don't know,
60s all week.
Oh,
yeah.
next
okay,
week, yeah.
nice.
Wowza.
And it's spring break, so all the kids are out.
Heck
So
yeah. Mommy's out. Woo woo.
yes.
Yeah. So your kids don't have school this week?
Or next week.
Oh wow.
Oh my
I don't leave it
gosh.
2 weeks.
Jeez.
I'm
my.
so excited. Can't wait to sleep in. Play a lot of video games.
Nice.
This was perfect timing too because my new expansion pack for The Sims came out
Oh,
on like
Sims
Friday.
5?
The 4.
4.
Yeah.
Still on Sims 4.
You know, from what I've heard, sorry, this is, but they will never have a Sims 5.
Really?
They're just going to apparently keep continuing to,
expand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Do you have to go out and physically buy this game?
No, it's all on like Steam or Origin. It's not Origin anymore. I'm sorry, it's EA app or.
Is this a website?
They're like streaming sites for video games.
Okay, and what do you like to do in these Sims?
Oh,
in the Sims
I
world?
love to build. I love to build. Love to build and decorate and stuff. I do obviously like also play
Yeah.
and wreak havoc and such, but you know,
Okay.
Carver likes to build
Love
on his
building.
Minecraft. That's he's like makes a bed and a library and like this is my hotel and these are the
it's fun.
Yeah.
I
So I
love
think
it.
he would like that part of Sims.
Yeah, it's like interior design.
And
but
literally you hand him a controller and he figures out how to play a game.
Yeah.
So like there's no
yeah, Gus
effort to it.
downloaded a like hospital building game on Calvin's PlayStation, and I'm like, oh, we're just building hospitals. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I want Sims so I can build, and I was like, maybe when you're older, because there's some inappropriate things.
There
for-
is.
for your
There's got to
age.
be a Sims for kids, right?
There is, yeah. There's like
Maybe
free
that's
play.
Minecraft or something.
There's like free play and stuff, but we don't need to.
Interesting.
Well, we have done some traveling.
Woo!
And since we've met, gosh, I can't believe it's been that long since we've gotten together. But yeah. I went to Florida.
Woohoo!
Hannah
How was it?
It was good. It was great. It only rained one night and
Ooh, that's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And it poured. Oh my gosh. We were outside dancing in the puddles.
Cute.
It was super cute. It was fun. And yeah, it was just a heck of a time. It went very smoothly. Nobody got sick.
Good.
Nice.
Nobody.
Okay,
our
so from
flight
the
wasn't delayed.
Yes, from the beginning. So did you pack the night before, or were you packed like weeks?
Packed like weeks
Okay.
before.
Yes, because
Yes.
and how many? This is just I'm always curious to see
Yeah.
how many people bring carry-ons and bags,
So we each had a personal item.
like your own.
Carry on, not a carry on.
It's
but
like a little
like a
tiny
backpack?
yes,
or like
like a
yeah.
backpack. And then Craig and I had carry-ons, and then we had a big checked bag.
Okay.
Yeah, which we probably didn't need the big checked bag because we didn't end up using some of it. Like we had a life vest in there for Anders. Well, Anders was like terrified of the ocean, so he didn't even go close. So we didn't need that. Like I had a hat in there and just some random stuff that we really didn't need.
Okay.
You never know.
Yeah.
First time. You never
Yeah.
know.
And then how was when was your flight?
It was nice. Our flight was at like 10:30 in the morning, so we had plenty of time to get down there. We didn't have to wake up super early or anything like that.
What airport?
And it's only
Cedar
like
Rapids.
a 3 hour,
Oh.
3 hour flight or something, right? Or 4
Yep.
hours or something.
Yep,
So
3.
it's not too bad.
Yep. That was great.
And then the check-in went smoothly and everything.
Super smooth. It was
Nice.
great. And I was super nervous with the kids, and I'm like, I have to do everything correctly. And,
Yes.
like, what if I accidentally have a gun?
I say that all the time when I'm going through security. Like it's just so they're so intense.
And they give you so many instructions, and it's like the kids don't have to take their shoes off, but you have to take your shoes off. The stroller has to be folded. You have to walk through the stroller. And then Anders was walking through the thing, and he's like, "Oh, look at this!" touching all the sides, and they're like, "Don't touch the sides." I'm
Oh,
like, "Anders,
seriously?
don't touch the sides."
Seriously, they're gonna yell at a little toddler. Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I'm just like trying to get. But the Cedar Rapids TSA was way nicer than the Fort Lauderdale TSA. Fort Lauderdale, they were just like over it, and there was
I imagine there's probably, and they get old people down there too, and they're just like cranky and
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Classic.
I have a little bit of emetophobia. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
Internet phobia?
No, it is the fear of vomit.
Oh.
So I
Interesting.
I
with
can-
your career.
right. So I'm fine at work. Like I can hold someone's puke bag. Like
Ew.
I have no problem with it at work as long as it's contained.
Okay.
But if it's like on an airplane,
Splayed.
I'm just like, oh my God, someone's gonna throw up and it's gonna like roll back and it's gonna be on my shoes. And like, anyway, there was a little girl who threw up in the bathroom,
my
like
God.
right in front of me. And I was like, okay. And then there was like someone puking in a garbage can. And I'm like, why is there so much puke at airports? I don't
Oh, at
know.
the airport.
At the airport.
Not
yes.
the airplane.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stomach flu.
I don't know. Have you guys noticed that ever?
No, but like
No.
my mom, when we went to Florida one time with her,
Yeah.
she was kind of like anxious, but a little bit more like on edge. Mm-hmm. And I didn't pick up on it because I didn't think people got motion sickness on an airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, I wish I would have got a Dramamine because she like, I remember falling asleep on the airplane and all of a sudden I hear a, and I'm like, look over and she's puking in the puke bag because I was making fun of it. I'm like, who brings a puke bag on the on the airplane? And yeah, she was using it, and I'm like, that's literally disgusting. Like I couldn't even look at her. I'm like, this is so embarrassing.
That would be me too.
Oh
I
my
get
god!
super-
But yeah, she gets like really bad motion sickness, and she's just. I think it's just how she was kind of off, like just going in the airport. So maybe it's just like anxiousness, and nerves, and
Do you get motion sick on airplanes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you puke the whole way?
No, I don't usually throw up. I am, considering how often I threw up as a kid, I'm pretty good at like holding it in.
Yeah.
So like I get really nauseous, but I almost never throw up for my motion sickness. So
Gotcha.
no,
Good to know.
I never.
pat on my back for that one.
Yes.
Good job.
But like after an airplane, do you feel like you're
oh
tilting?
yeah, I get wonky afterwards. It takes a couple hours to kind of.
Yeah, settle in. I hate that feeling. I never felt it, but like on the past couple trips that I've been on, just the airplane, I don't know.
It's like after you've been walking on the treadmill for a while, and you get off the treadmill, and you're kind of like, whoa.
I
It's
feel like the
that.
world is just tilting, and I'm just like, I need to like lay down or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd the car seat situation go?
Yeah.
decide
What'd you
with
all do
that?
for
For car seats, we rented them from Enterprise.
Oh, nice.
They just put them in the car. And we just picked them up.
Rockin'.
The rental car situation was bonkers. Like we just like checked in and they're like, "Oh, midsize SUV. Just what you want? This one,
Yep.
this one." And I'm like, "Me?" And they're like, "Yep, it's running. Just go grab it." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm not gonna like. I don't want to steal your car. What if I accidentally steal it?" And they're like, "No, this is a rental place, ma'am. Like this is how it works."
That's the employee's vehicle. Get out.
Right. So that was smooth.
Good.
Traffic was pretty bad when we first got there, but we learned to like just stay out of like the regular busy traffic times. We walked everywhere.
Oh, good.
That was nice.
No Ubers?
I guess only
you
Ubered
can't,
once.
because
The car seats, yes, we only Ubered once, and that was because it was downpouring, and so Andrews just sat on my lap for literally like 3 blocks. So.
Did you bring a wagon?
Yeah,
Ooh, controversial. I don't want to see any comments about that.
Yes.
No, I just I think some of them are pretty lenient, but there was this
think
one
so, yeah.
Uber girl. Someone Ubered for like a family, and she's like, I don't know how big this family is, guys. And literally, it's like a circus coming out. It's like a mom, an infant, a toddler, and then like 4 other older kids. And she's like, ma'am, they cannot ride in my car. Like, you have way too many people.
Yeah.
And I don't have the car seats. And the mom was fighting her. We do this all the time. They let us. She's
Yeah.
like, nope, not me. And
I mean,
that's
that's
illegal.
illegal.
Yeah.
But this mom was claiming, nope, we've done it before. I mean, it was a whole video and everything, like a TikTok video.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So I think she was like, I can do the infant because they're in a carrier. But like everyone
Yeah.
else,
Right.
Yeah. No, broke the law. I did. It was downpouring, and I
Yeah.
was a little tipsy, so.
Really? You got tipsy?
I mean, yeah.
Nice.
Well, Craig was totally sober. So I was like, I had a couple
Oh,
drinks
yeah.
with supper, and then we were leaving, and then it started. So we were out on this deck, and it was called Le Pub, which is what the restaurant. They had like a rainforest section. They had
Cute.
like, it was so cute, and it was just a phenomenal atmosphere experience. And we were sitting out by the water, and then it started downpouring. So they like shoved us all into this little little hut over here, and so there's like 5 families eating at picnic tables in this hut.
Oh my gosh.
And so then we go to leave, and there's the 5 of us, and we try to get an Uber, but we have to wait like out in the rain because this restaurant is so packed.
Oh my gosh.
And so anyway, the Uber pulls up, and we all pile in the Uber, and it's literally like 2 blocks because we walked there, and then we just couldn't walk home. So yeah, her name was Olga.
Oh, that's my dog's name.
The whole ride was $6, and I left her a $5 tip.
Nice. That sounds pretty,
That's
but I
cheap,
guess with the
2
distance
blocks,
and
Yeah.
that seems pretty fair with the 5 of you.
Yeah, and then I'm afraid we got her car wet, so I just like, here, have some more money.
She's probably like, no big deal.
At that point, you're already wet. Why didn't you just walk the 2 blocks?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, she was tipsy. Someone's got to carry Anders.
Yep,
and
the
then-
stroller, the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So decisions were made.
All right. Well, I mean, y'all survived, so
Yes,
this
we
is
did.
where we are.
This is where we're at. Sarah's judging me right now.
No, I'm not. What you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah. So
I'm just so scared to drink on vacation because I'm like, what if something happens and I need to,
that's why you drink. You don't worry too much.
I suppose.
As long as Calvin's there, I feel pretty good about it. But
I suppose. Yeah.
he would be judging me the whole time. He'd be like,
Sarah, get it together. Now, with no kids, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But kids, I don't know.
yeah, stressful.
Maybe I'm just a little bit more on edge. I need something to
Yes.
relax me a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good.
And then the plane ride back, how was that?
Everybody slept.
Nice.
It was great. Everybody slept on the way there. Everybody slept on the way home.
Love it.
We did valet parking, which I've never done before.
At the airport?
At the airport. So we left. It was negative 18 degrees that morning, on the morning that we left. So we pulled up to valet parking, and we got our luggage out right at the door, and we went right in the airport. We didn't have to like park X amount of miles away. And then also we couldn't bring our coats because they didn't want your coat in Florida.
Yeah.
So we would have had to leave the coats in the car and then walk like all that way
Right.
to the airport to get
Right.
in. So we didn't have anybody to drop us off. So we did valet parking. Normal parking is $16 a day. Valet parking is $20 a day.
That's not that bad. Not that much difference.
No. And so anyway, when I got off the airplane, I walked up to customer service desk and they're like, "Are you Kalissa?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." And they're like, "Your car's waiting out there for you." It had been running, turned on, it had been scraped off, everything, and we just like literally got in and drove away.
Dang.
So shout out to valet parking. Check it out the next time you guys fly.
Nice. Calvin would never. He would drop us off at the door, go park, and then run in.
For $4 a day.
I mean, yes. Because we're poor. Like, that's $4 I could be
I'm
spending
just
on
bougie.
Culver's or something. You know? Priorities, people. Priorities.
That's so good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
Valet parking.
Honestly, that's a great deal.
I don't think
Yeah, it's a great deal.
Minneapolis does that.
I think they do.
Do they?
I'm pretty sure. I feel like most airports have ballet. Pretty sure.
Check it out. It's a thing. Cool.
I don't imagine that Nick would ever pay for that, though.
No, because we park. I mean, he goes up the ramp, the zigzaggy at the very top, and there's like no one there.
They are so confusing.
What is?
Those parking ramp things. Oh,
Yeah.
I get lost in there. I'm like, how do you get out?
You were
just
pretty
keep going
confident
up.
at the Nicki Minaj concert.
Yeah, that was all pretend. Fake it till you make it, people. Fake it till you make it.
Because we were in one, and I'm like, and you're just like, doo, doo, doo.
No, that was a pretty chill one, I think.
Oh yeah, that one was
That one
pretty
was chill.
That one was pretty chill.
Minneapolis.
There are
is
some
just
that are like really tight.
and Nick, he's just so used to it. He's like going 60 up it.
that's insane.
I'm like,
Skitty.
It's probably just so used to traveling now that it's just
literally.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, maybe we should just live in Minnesota because you're right there.
Yeah, you could.
Just get like a cheap house.
You could.
I don't know. Nah, he's fine. we stay at the Radisson sometimes. Mm-hmm. So and
Stay at the one that's the Mall America. Then you can just go to the Mall America. Although it's not
that's
very
the
close to
Radisson.
airport. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Radisson Blue.
Yes.
Yes.
It is pretty nice.
That's okay.
Fancy hotel.
It's fine. Yeah, but I mean,
I
it's
stay
pretty nice.
so I stay across
Listen,
the
poor
road
people,
at the other one.
You know, expectations.
There's TGI Fridays
Oh
right across
my
the road.
gosh. Yum.
I've never ate there.
And then there's a hotel right across the road.
Get it.
So you just walk out of the parking lot, up the skywalk, and then over. And then you have to walk through the Radisson Blue parking lot. All the poor people have to walk through the rich people parking lot to get to the Mall of America. But it takes you right out by Erie. So, I mean, that's the way that we go. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Oh, the airplane. How did you have your seating?
There was 3 on this side, 3 on this side.
So you bought like pretty much a whole row.
Yes,
Yeah.
except for one.
Yeah.
And we only had to sit by someone on the way back. So
That's
and
not
it was
bad.
me and Anders. So I just hauled Anders on my lap.
And it wasn't
On
like
this side.
a crazy person. It was just a normal person.
She had a newborn. Like,
Oh, shoot.
Oh my
I
gosh.
can't imagine that baby was more than 2 weeks old.
Wow.
Oh.
And she just held it the whole time, and it didn't make a sound.
Imagine you're still bleeding and then you're
Yes.
walking around with your newborn on an
In
airplane
an
and stuff.
airport.
Yes.
Terrible. That sounds
Carrying
terrible.
all your luggage.
Yeah. She was by herself.
I mean, I would imagine she probably
for
checked
her.
a bag instead of.
Good for her. My anxiety would be through the roof.
Yeah.
Just like, someone's going to snatch my baby. Someone's going to snatch me.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Stressful.
was like, that's bonkers. You are a brave woman.
Good for you,
Yeah.
lady.
Yes.
Some
but,
people just do stuff, you know?
Sometimes you
Yeah.
just have to.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? But I'm like, what are you doing with a baby from Fort Lauderdale to Cedar Rapids, Iowa? Like, what?
She was probably visiting family or something. Some
Maybe.
people just go through their life and they don't experience anxious thoughts.
Yeah.
How can you? Can you imagine?
Sometimes I have those days.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. Wow. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm always stressing about something.
Yeah.
Always.
Wow.
That's just how I be.
Some people really
Wow,
impress me. Some
wow.
people were blessed.
Yes.
Not me.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Nashville. Random. Tell me how that conspired.
So Nick and Zach, they have their podcast Underwhelming. Mm-hmm. And Zach and Nick are going to like take turns every month to come to either Iowa or Nashville.
Oh.
And Nick was, he's looking at our schedule. We were pretty clear. And he's like, do you want to go to Nashville tomorrow? And I'm like,
That's awesome.
okay. So I literally just like ran through the house packing everything, like the boys' clothes and what to wear for the weather. Just got to be prepared for the weather.
Yeah.
And we have one checked bag, and I just had my little carry-on.
Wow. So you
Yeah.
fit a lot in there.
Yeah,
Well, their clothes are so little.
I know,
they're easy
and
to,
I do like the army, like
Yeah.
I like roll it.
Yeah.
So like there was a lot of room, but
Yeah.
I'm like I bring my laundry bag, and that just fills up.
Yeah.
But I didn't pack like makeup or hair stuff. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not expecting to do anything. Like just chill. And it basically was. But the airport was kind of smooth-ish. Nick has clear pre,
Yeah.
and I just have regular clear. So he could take the boys. But security at Minneapolis was being kind of wonky. And they're yelling at Nick about something. And then they're asking the boys, how old are you? What's your name? Who's that? And they'd point to Nick, and they'd be like, that's Daddy. So I'm wondering if human trafficking, if they
Oh, yeah.
because you see a lot of those signs when you go into a bathroom.
Yeah.
If you need help, you got to do like this hand signal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. Like that was my first scary thought when I went to Minneapolis for the first time. I'm like, oh my God, this is the real world. Like human trafficking really does happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were kind of like interviewing the boys. And Nick said they were kind of being like, dude, he's 2. He doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Because they were taking the cash. How old are you? What's his name? Cash.
Right.
Just toddler. And
Yeah.
Nick's like, he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
And then,
Gosh.
so Nick said that was kind of a nightmare. And they were waiting for me forever because I had old people in front of me and the TSA person was yelling at them, take your shoes off, your belt off, your electronics. And like every time he was about to go through the thing, he'd be like, oh, I got this in my pocket. And I'm
Why
like,
wouldn't you just empty all of your pockets? Just like look in all of your pockets and take it all out.
I don't know. But he was just like, oh, forgot this. Oh, forgot this. And then I had some Karens behind. I only say Karens because it was taking forever for bags. And I'm like, I know I'm not going to say anything. But they have the balls to say something because they like, we paid extra for blah, 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 blah. And it's taking forever for our checked-in bags. Like, what's going on? Why is it so slow? And the TSA people were like, I don't know why it's slow. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to yell at the airport people like you guys can.
Yeah.
So they were all like riled up, and they're all like in their cardigans, like, we pay extra. And I'm like, you do you. And then
I would not ever be brave enough to yell at a TSA agent.
never. And they could be totally wrong, and
Or
I'd be
even
like,
ask a question.
They could arrest you for fun, just like
literally.
national security.
yeah. And that's the last thing I want to be on is like the national security, like,
No fly list or something.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my
exactly.
God, scary.
Oh.
Yeah. So the airport was kind of rough getting, through security, and then it was smooth riding after that. I packed snacks for the boys. We bought a row, so it was a kid, me, Cash, and then Nick was on the aisle next over. And I kept glaring at him when I had to like do their TV monitors and open each snack and their drinks, and I'm just looking at him, and he's just kind of like, do. And I'm like, he's like, do you want to switch? And I'm like, no, you won't do it right. So he's like, you're mad at me because I want to help, and I won't do it right. I'm like, it's fine, I got it. So, yep. The boys had a lot of suckers on the plane. Yeah, the plane ride there was not bad. And then Nashville, we hung out, stayed at their place. It was Zach and his wife, and they have this gorgeous house, and they have these girls that are in cheer, and they were actually going to go to Florida for cheer competition that next week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, but we got to watch like their showcase cheer. So that was kind of fun because the boys were both like wide-eyed, like looking at all these like the costumes and the dancing and the flips
sparkles
and
yeah.
And then they were kind of over it. They're like, ah. I'm like, just go run in the hallway.
Yeah.
You're one of those.
Yeah. Nick and Zach, like after Zach's girls got done performing, I'm like, just go burn some energy off because it was like a giant like sports complex. Like there was every kind of room for each different sport. So, yeah, just packed and busy.
Yeah.
But at the cheer competition, guess who I saw? Cecily Bachman.
I don't know who that is.
Pajama Gate girl.
Pajama Gate. Wait,
Shut up.
wait, what? What's
Pajama
that?
Gate.
What does that mean?
From TikTok.
Who are you? How do you not know about your pajama
I know
Gate?
her. I know her, but not because of that. I know her because it was like her son's birthday or something, and then or the daughter's birthday or something, and then they let the son also blow out birthday candles or something. I don't know who that is.
Oh, you know who it is?
Yeah, I know who it is.
I don't
just
know
don't
that
know
part.
what Pajama Gate is. I don't know what
So
that means.
they launched a line of pajamas.
Her and her sister, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they were charging $99 a set for pajamas after talking about like how affordable they are and how the quality and all of this stuff and the affordability of it and the accessibility and look at how
And then they got roasted.
they got roasted. Well, the
'Cause they
pajamas
were like bad.
were
Or?
crappy pajamas. They were like way too long for most
just, like, the
people.
material just wasn't-
Material didn't hold up. So then they all had to like lower the price, and they like just kept deleting all the bad comments.
And then I guess they wouldn't send if they knew a person bought their stuff and they knew that they were a reviewer, they wouldn't send them their stuff.
Yes.
So they would like refund their money, be like, nope, we're not going to send you our jammies.
Oh, I did hear about this, but I didn't know that was her.
It was like
Yes.
all over TikTok.
I thought it was like Samantha or something. Is that the sister's name?
Maybe.
I think that's a sister.
Okay, because I did hear about that. I heard about that girl.
But,
Samantha
like,
something.
People were always making fun of her, like, get ready with me's or like my daily life.
Why?
Because she kind of does the same thing, and it's just like not natural. She'll wake up and just like,
It's like I didn't just go set the camera up.
yeah, I didn't just set the tripod up, and then she like
hate when
wakes
influencers
up,
do that.
makes her coffee, reads her Bible, makes Bible notes in her Bible, and I'm like, oh come on, like,
Yeah.
no, maybe I don't know, but she was there, and she looked like she did in her videos, and I'm like, oh my god, that's her. And Nick was all annoyed. He's like, you never freak out like that with me. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I know you. And, I wanted to go up to her and be like, can I get a picture with you? But I don't know. I got too shy. And I'm like, never mind.
Did people recognize Nick there?
One person did.
One person.
It was a guy. He was
Imagine the people at a cheer competition.
I
being
know,
like,
but
I don't think he was for the cheer competition. Because like I said, it was like a sports complex. So he just looked like, I don't know, something. But he just went like this to Nick. He just pointed. And he's like, hey. and then like nodded at him.
See, that's kind of like the best way to like get someone's attention. Like,
Yes.
not be weird or
Yeah.
anything, and like say, "Oh my gosh, I love you so much." Just like be normal.
I guess. But like,
Oh, did he not like that? I feel like I
no,
would like
he
that.
did. He didn't mind. He's like, "Hey, bud," and I'm like, "Who's that?" He's like, "I don't know." I'm like, oh, a fan. And Zach, like, I don't know if he gets as noticed as much. But his wife and his kids were roasting him, and they're like, "A real YouTuber's at our house and everything." And Zach's like, "I am a real YouTuber." But then, you know,
awesome.
everywhere we went, like he saw it. Like people were like, "The fat electrician."
Yeah.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Nick is such a distinct.
and that's what I tell people. Like he wears the same kind of hat,
Yeah.
always in a tank top,
Yep.
and tattoos. Just
Yep.
yeah,
It's just a classic.
that's
look.
what you get.
Yes.
And he's been like that since high school. Like
Yep.
he's worn tank tops forever.
Except for when he had his spiky hair, apparently.
Yeah, he was kind of like in the button up.
Didn't he have like a goth phase or something?
Yeah, a punk
Love
face.
that.
He had
Yeah.
like a mohawk that went like this, like spikes.
I love it.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh god. And then he had a phase where he wore color contacts.
Oh gosh.
He'd wear like green, purple cat eyes.
Dude, why?
He was just in that phase.
I love these stories. I'm gonna make fun of him so hard. Oh, I love it. It's like my favorite thing.
You gotta love him through it.
Yep. And I'm like, well, that's different. Okay. So like I felt that Johnny Depp movie where he's Edward Scissorhands and he's all dressed in black, sharp fingers, and he's like sitting in the car like meh. That's Nick, and then I'm like the driver, like this little the norm.
That's funny.
Normie or whatever.
Hilarious.
That's how I felt.
Hilarious.
But yep, Tennessee was great. And then we met up with Dave.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Nice.
He's an old mutual friend of ours
From
that
jiu-jitsu.
used to live here, and then he moved. I met his wife. She's so sweet.
Nice.
And then their two girls. They were also very sweet, and they homeschool. And I'm like, wow. So Nick's always on this, we should homeschool. And I'm like, I don't know. So he gets to talk to her about homeschooling.
Yeah.
And he just hears like all the wonderful things about it. But no, her girls were super sweet. They were super kind playing with my boys. Like they're patient and everything. Even though Cutter forgot one of the girls' names. So like the whole time he's like, hey girl, come look at this. And I'm just like, ask her for her name.
That's so cute. I love it.
And then the way back, we had turbulence, and my stomach was doing so many flips in the plane. Like Nick was like, "I'll sit with the boys. You can sit by yourself," and I'm like, "Sweet." But like the whole time, I'm just like, "Oh my gosh!" Like really flipping.
Yeah.
That like the stewards people, they weren't even going through the aisles to like hand snacks. They were just doing it by hand.
Yeah.
And I had this one attendant. I couldn't hear because I'm watching my movie.
I can't hear anything on airplanes.
No. And he's like, oh, what do you want to eat? He's wearing a mask too. He's like, what do you want to eat? And he's like naming what he has. And I'm trying to listen so I can be like, oh, I want that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hear. And then he finally gets to my aisle and he's like, what would you like to snack on? And I'm like, what do you got? And he like did like this sassy like stance.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah. And like looking at me like this. Like I could feel him giving me attitude
Like
through the
wide
mask.
eyes, yeah.
And I'm like, I'll just take a cookie. And he just like hands it to me like with such sass. And I'm like, sorry.
That's awful.
Yeah. So the flight back, I'm like, we're gonna die. We're gonna die because like the whole time the plane would just like jolt and jump, and I'm
Why?
like,
Well, and there's been so many plane accidents.
we literally.
I know.
I know.
Although supposedly, I was talking to Calvin about this. The accidents are down, and it's just because those incidents are more televised.
Oh.
That's what I've heard. That they're down.
Okay.
There's fewer.
Nick said
That's what I heard.
it was like a hire. Like they're just hiring some people.
They're
like,
hiring people.
who weren't qualified.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah.
Someone cranking out some fake pilot certifications.
Yes. Speaking of like fake, Iowa just passed that anyone can basically cut hair in Iowa or do any services in Iowa.
I heard that, and I was
Oh, I
going to
didn't hear
ask you
that.
your thoughts on that.
See, I just cut hair, but like and some of them are just like, I remember going to a con ed and they were talking about this could be a possibility because it happened in Waterloo. There was this barber and he got a truck and he was going to drive around to neighborhoods because he wanted to cut hair for veterans and a lot of them are older and they maybe don't have a vehicle. And he was just going to drive around and like, if you need a haircut, I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the city or like some people were like against it and the city was for it. And I was listening to this con ed and I have a bunch of old biddies and they're like, so I can get my husband's truck and I can drive around and cut hair in the back of his truck. Like she made it sound like it was like super rednecky and everything. And I'm like, guys, people eat out of food trucks. Like, how is that any different?
Yeah.
Like, they're making food in a truck. He is cutting hair in a truck.
Yeah.
Just cutting hair. I don't know. But it passed, and he was doing that in Waterloo. So I think it's going good. But then now with this, anybody can, like, apprentice. But no one, I mean, they're going to say, yeah, I totally apprenticed.
All right.
And with the barber's sake, I could see the straight razor. That could be pretty dangerous if someone doesn't know how to, like, the sanitations and everything. And then just maybe the bleaching and the coloring.
Oh my gosh, color, that would scare me.
Yeah.
Because like hair grows back, but people, if you have damaged hair,
And then if you go
gosh,
to someone who's like, oh yeah, we'll just throw like a 40 volume bleach on it and then let it sit for like an hour. It should be fine.
my hair would literally fall out.
Like Brad Mondo.
No, 40 developer is like, you shouldn't even touch that.
10 for me
I don't
lifts
even
my hair so fast. So like 40, I would literally be
that.
bald.
I mean, it shouldn't be made at all. But
Yeah.
Brad Mondo would have a heck of a time with those videos. I love watching Brad Mondo.
yes, he's great. And then the eyelashes, because I think you can do it with like the eyelashes too, and the eyebrows and the microblading and yeah. So like, I don't know.
That's kind of insulting to people who worked so hard to go through cosmetology school and build their practice.
Yes, and that's what a lot of I guess there was like protests in Waterloo about it because I was reading an article and that's what they were claiming, like this is an insult to us. They didn't have a protest, they had a town meeting. So and they were like, yeah, basically, it's an insult. And I'm like, well, I guess people are just gonna have to like, you can't control what the people are gonna do with their money.
Yeah.
If they see someone's offering $19 highlights,
Yeah.
I guess let them. And
Yeah.
then you're just gonna have to charge extra to fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, people should be educated enough at this point to not realize you shouldn't do that.
You would think.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I
So,
did not hear about that.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I mean, it just came out.
Yeah.
It
like
just
very
passed.
recently.
Oh, wowza.
Yeah, so all my hair pages are probably going to blow up and talk
I'm
about
sure.
it. Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
But what do you do?
It's just statewide?
Just Iowa.
Just Iowa.
But, like, Iowa, the reason why, because I remember going to beauty school, and there was girls from all over the world that would come to Iowa. Because Iowa was, like, the only one to offer 2,100 hours of schooling. So you can go to Florida, and you don't have to do any more, like, hands-on training. You can just, like, do their con ed, which it depends on each state, but you didn't have to go back to school.
Yeah.
So that's why people came. And now they lowered it since, and then, yeah, now this came out. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the beauty industry.
Yeah.
So if you see someone rolling up like, hey, you want your lashes done for like $5?
I wonder how much like social media influencers and stuff play into this
Exactly.
kind of thought process around this.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Because everybody
Because
claims to be
a makeup artist.
like, yeah, or like so knowledgeable or whatever.
I remember
about
this
skincare and stuff.
happened in my hometown. This girl, just because like she could do makeup really nice on herself doesn't really
Yeah, it
make
doesn't necessarily mean that it translates to
that
other
you're
people.
qualified to do
Yeah.
someone else's. But
Yeah.
she was offering freelance makeup. Like, go to her for your makeup needs, and she'll, like, give you a full beat. And this bride, I think it was, like, a gift. Like, hey, I got her to do your makeup for you on your wedding day. And she's like, okay, sweet. And then she posted what this person gave her. And it just did not, like, compliment her at all. And she's like, I literally wiped off my entire face, did my makeup how I normally do before I walked down the aisle.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that, but it was, I think she was an actual makeup artist. No?
Nope.
She wasn't.
No.
Okay.
Which that's interesting because
But
in
she said
Iowa
she got
at the
her-
time, you definitely were supposed to be licensed to
Yes.
technically like receive a service.
But I think she got by because she said she was freelance and like maybe train. I don't know.
I think it was like if you don't technically get paid, if it's like a gift, if the payment is a gift, then I think you could get by.
Yeah, because she didn't have her. I didn't see her prices
Yeah.
when because I looked at her Facebook
Yeah.
group or
Yeah.
her page.
Yeah.
Like if you want your hair done or your makeup done by her, and I'm like, where's the prices at?
Right.
None. So I think like just kind of like, oh, I'll just do it for whatever you can give me.
Sneaky.
Yeah, but no, that was like a huge scandal in my hometown, and I was like, yes, people like just because they offer, I mean, cheap doesn't always mean good. So,
Yeah.
but sometimes it shocks you, like, oh, I was actually pretty good, but you're not licensed, but you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot to be said with still knowing your stuff. It's not like you're just making things up as you go. Like there are certain like cleaning guidelines that you need to
The
follow.
sanitation
and,
is
like
huge.
yeah, because nasty.
Yes.
And all kinds of like all kinds of things. So I don't know. There's a lot to be said.
You just gotta put your trust in people.
Yeah.
And do your research. But that goes with anything. Hair,
Yeah, it
tattoo
really does.
artists, makeup artists. Like,
Yeah, that's true because the tattoo industry has been like this for a long time. Like you're not certified necessarily, you apprentice, and
and
that's
I
how you
think they
get your
can buy
experience.
like their guns on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm sure you can buy guns all over the place. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I know.
I feel like it's
TJ,
just always been accepted on
our guest,
tattooing.
he's always said like, oh yeah, we'll hear in the air that someone's tattooing in a basement, and people are going to this person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you do?
yeah.
I'm like, that's insane.
It's just crazy because I feel like now we're seeing that switch from other industries that had been, I don't want to say qualified because it's not necessarily that they're, I don't know how to say that. Like, you know, there wasn't a tattooing certificate, whereas like you went to school for beauty,
Right.
and now you can just do it legally. So it's just different. The shift is different. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's odd, for sure.
I just can't imagine like that taking place in healthcare. You know, like
Right.
like, oh, you're a nurse. We're gonna reduce the requirements for you to become a nurse because we have such a shortage. You know,
Honestly, I almost wouldn't be surprised.
if they try to pull something like that.
What's a candy? Do they do those anymore? A candy striper?
Oh, sure.
No, I think that's like a CNA equivalent.
Yeah, they're just like volunteer helpers. They're not certified.
They don't
Yeah.
touch the patients.
It would be like changing a bedpan type of thing, not
Yeah.
like I'm gonna go dress your wound.
Yeah.
Okay. No IVs. But
No,
Google that. I have.
because candy stripers were teenagers back in the day, and it was like a
Because I remember reading Sweet
volunteer.
Valley High. It's my favorite book series. It still is.
Hospital volunteers, also known as candy stripers, work without regular pay in a variety of healthcare settings, usually under the direct supervision of nurses. So it's a hospital volunteer, a young woman who assists staff in a hospital. So
Do they have those anymore?
No, now they have CNAs that have training and
Yeah.
qualifications, background checks, fingerprints, the whole works. Actually, I don't think you have to have your fingerprints to be a CNA.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think that's just nursing.
But either way, I mean, there's a shortage
Yes.
in that area too.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we were talking about the behavioral center too.
Oh,
They were short staff on staff.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like anybody
always. Whenever it's like a service like that that's helping people, yeah, that's yeah.
even with the disabled too. There's always short staff there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, considering the amount of work that you have to put in, the pay's just not good. The compensation sucks. The hours suck. And there's a lot to do.
Yes.
So you have a lot of responsibility.
I feel so bad for all those people that have to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying like obviously the abuse in those kinds of situations happens or like the neglect, but I understand why because people are so overworked.
Yeah.
Not enough pay, not enough
So
compensation.
instead of getting your eyelash or,
yeah.
saying that, maybe just go help them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one
risk.
Get a real job.
Oh gosh.
Not that it's not a real job, but like if you're not I'm sorry. If that came out wrong. I'm going to cut that.
No, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
if you're doing something that's like
shady,
clearly something that
you think-
requires training
that you're
and
not
then
getting
you're just
training
like
for.
popping in like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm just going to start doing this now.
Yeah. Like get a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like actually put effort in.
Mm-hmm.
To,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They
get
require
what you're
effort.
saying.
Okay.
I
good.
get it. Yeah. Took a load off. That was okay. Kalissa was about to get called on Instagram for the second time for that statement.
Gosh. Tipping waitresses was the first one. And
Yeah.
got some hot takes here.
Yeah.
Speaking of, what's your hot take on your life?
Where is your husband at?
So Calvin's in Japan, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Our friend Taizo, who is originally from Japan, he's half white, half Japanese, invited Calvin to go to the like World Sumo Championships, and they were yesterday.
That's wild.
So he's in Japan for a few days, and he'll stay a few more days, and they actually got to, apparently this is not common, but they got to like sit down and watch one of the training sessions with one of the teams, and they had lunch together and got to meet them, chat, hang out.
Yeah, I
So-
saw the pictures.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was very, very cool. Very traditional.
How does sumo wrestling relate to jujitsu? Are
I
they
mean, they're both-
very different? Are they
Yeah.
one
They're not in a
originated
thong,
from
but
for
they're
one
one.
originated
Just
from the
kidding.
other?
They're both a fighting style. I wouldn't
Okay.
say that they are like related outside of like heritage and
Okay.
that they are both a martial art, I guess.
Yeah, because what country did jujitsu originate
Japan.
From? Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, I
Don't
thought
quote me on that.
Brazil.
maybe they're okay, sure. I don't know.
Because Nick's always talking
There's
about
different
what's the
kinds of
brothers.
jujitsu, I
That's
think.
true. That's true.
They would do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's what Calvin does, but I don't know like the original everything. I have no idea. I don't know.
I'm sure they told us, and
This
we're
is
just
not
like,
my
"Mama."
passion. This is Calvin's passion. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
It originated in Japan as a battlefield art for samurai warriors.
Yeah. So
It evolved from a combination of early sumo and other Japanese martial arts.
there you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Related.
Which that kind of makes sense to me because jujitsu is very much like a ground game
Yeah.
sort of art. So that makes sense to me that sumo would derive from sumo.
I just want to know because sumo wrestlers they have to be of weight,
Yeah.
but like
There are weight classes still, I'm pretty sure.
okay, but like they
Like how much do they eat to be that size? I have no idea.
maybe
I don't know
to
the final
eat, but then
workings.
like I'm looking at like The Rock. Like how come The Rock's body?
Oh,
Like why did
I don't know because
if they're
sumo
like
wrestlers are
chubby
very strong.
Obviously they gotta be strong,
Yeah.
but like
How do you maintain the chubbiness and the strength?
I don't know. I
wonder
this
what
would
their
be something
diet's
to
like.
look up. Yeah, but I imagine that's also
kidding.
that also is just part of the like culture around sumo that they're not like jacked, that they are like of a certain body type.
because like looking
I
at the
imagine
group
that's sort
photo
of
that
like a-
Calvin posted,
They're big dudes.
They are big dudes, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like I'm sure, yes, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the biceps and abs and the
No, they're round.
very.
Yeah.
So, a couple questions.
'Kay.
Did he already have a passport, or is this his first time?
He did. We already had passports because we went to Mexico
Okay.
from an old workplace
Okay.
situation. So he already had his passport.
Okay. Does he have cell service?
Actually, so I don't know. He would not have survived without Taizo.
Yeah.
Taizo like knew all the stuff that needed to happen, and like he knows the train systems, and so Tai rented a hotspot so they can
okay.
like have cell service while they're over there, which is not necessarily self service, but they have internet.
Yes.
So like he can iMessage me.
Yep.
So yeah, If we didn't have Taizo, we wouldn't know any of that stuff. Which, like,
Like no contact for 2 weeks.
yeah. Which Calvin is like not very good at planning for these things, anyways. So, like the day that he was leaving, he bought a new pair of shoes so he could like walk around. And I was like, why didn't you buy those like a week ago and break those in? Like your feet are gonna hurt. But he's just like that.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, oh, the day of, let me just go do this.
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
Whatever,
and then
but
does he fly over the ocean to go to Japan this
they fly
way?
west.
Okay.
Yeah.
That answered my question.
Over California.
Yep.
Yeah. But there's some cool, they've done some cool stuff. They're going to do more cool stuff. They went to like a Japanese castle. And Calvin said yesterday, I think he's probably going to be sleeping now, but yesterday they made a knife, apparently. They did like weapon making. So
How's he gonna take that home?
Taizo's going to bring it because Taizo had a checked bag. Calvin went overseas for like 9 days and he took a carry-on.
You know that does not a man.
He
just
packs light.
No kidding.
What do you need? Just like a pair
Yeah,
of
he's
pants
like,
and
let me
like
pack 9 pairs of underwear,
Yeah.
9 pairs of socks, and then like a pair of pants, a sweatshirt, and
Yep.
5 t-shirts.
yep.
What's
Then we're good.
what's the climate over there right now? Like
It's actually 50s. It was about
50s?
50s,
Okay.
yeah. So it was pretty nice. Yeah.
okay.
Is he gonna wear? He probably won't be. I don't know.
kimono?
Maybe he. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No. But
Is he gonna wear a diaper?
no.
Do they call him diapers?
Imagine him though. I don't know what they're actually called. I don't know what they're called. But imagine him. I'm just like picturing his body in like one of those little things. And
I
I'm
bet
just
you are.
giggling.
Yeah.
I know, looking at his butt cheeks. Yeah, cute.
Because we know you look at butts.
Yep.
That's true, I do. That's true. I was just listening to that episode actually the other day.
I can't believe I lost it. Like,
You know what's funny? I remember filming that. I remember like thinking those things.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, are you sure we didn't have this one released before?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Lost in the files.
Yeah.
Lost.
Lost in the files.
Yeah.
But I wonder why they wear that thong diaper.
It must have to do with range of motion. Because so he sent me a video. Did you watch the video of that one match that he saw? Okay. So they like squat.
Yes.
Like these big guys. They have such good balance and they are down there just deep squatting. And it must have to do with range of motion. And and something to do with maybe like their handholds. Because I think you can grab like the sides of their little undies things. And
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of mean. Pants
Oh,
somebody.
yeah. Well, you want to push them, so you would hold them and then push. You know, like you're not like pulling them down.
Is it like wrestling? They have to get them on their back. or
Kind
something?
of. It's like a circle. So the
Yep, they're in a
wrestling has the
circle.
circle. You have to push them outside of the circle.
Okay.
So at least that's what I've gathered.
Man,
I could do it.
I don't know much about. Yeah,
think
me
I
and
could
Kalissa.
do
Me and Kalissa, I want to have a showdown.
Oh, nice.
She'd probably take me because she's so much taller than me. Yeah.
I would feel really bad about it though.
Well, I was watching and they're like on a stage. This like the circle thing is like on a stage. And this guy just like pushed him right off the edge and he like went feet overhead. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
That guy. And he just like got back up and they just were like, doing back to their thing. And I was like, oh my goodness. So, wow. Okay.
I wonder if there's a documentary about sumo wrestling.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I'm curious.
They were all floor sitting though, too. Imagine floor sitting all day. Like just on a little, like a little flat pillow. You just floor sit.
I wonder if
It's
it's
like-
like they
and
sit
think
like
about life or
crisscross
what?
like this.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I couldn't sit on my legs because I get a cramp.
My legs fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taizo's old grandma was sitting on the floor for hours. And I'm
Oh,
like,
but
my
they're so used
gosh.
to it. Like I
I
remember
know.
watching like India documentaries,
Yeah.
and like they squat. I mean,
Yeah. So
the toilets here in America, we
Asian
are way too
countries.
privileged to be sitting. I mean, we shouldn't sit like that
Yeah.
on a toilet.
yeah.
Because these people, they're like down like
Yeah.
this,
Yes.
and they squat like this all
They
day.
have squat toilets. Yeah.
Not only like the toilets, but just like in general, like when they're gardening,
Yep.
they just
Yeah. So there's
sit. They're like 90 years old.
it's like the ankle range of motion. It's in Asian countries, like they have really strong ankles because all they do is squat all the time.
Yes. So now, like,
Which Calvin is really good at.
he is good at that.
He's a squatter. So
But
I can't squat.
when I stretch at the gym, I try to squat and like try to get all my hips in motion, my knees.
Work on your ankles. It's
Yep.
a lot in the ankles.
Yes. Nick has some resistance bands from his physical therapy. I'll just use those for my ankles. I went into his physical therapy appointment. It was so ridiculous. Like, it was just like this girl who was really young, and she's like telling Nick, like, okay, can you do this? And is at the highest or the lowest or the most weight, and he's just like, doing it like a lat pull down. He's like, is that hard at all? And he's like, no. And I'm like, this is so embarrassing. Like, just give him the clearance. Like, he's clear. Like,
Yeah.
he can do it.
Because he's been out of jujitsu this whole time. Yeah. Yeah.
But now that I think she sees that he's in the clear, so maybe he'll start going back.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, fun.
Yeah.
Lots of adventures.
Yeah.
Lots of travels. Any coming up? I'm traveled out. I'm good for a while.
Yeah,
We
pretty
have a lot
much.
of weddings coming up, which
Yeah.
I'm not super excited for. I
Yeah.
don't love weddings. I mean, I'm excited for my nephew who's getting married, and like it'll be good to see family and stuff. But in general, I'm not
On your side or Calvin's?
on Calvin's side.
You have to travel a ways?
His wedding is in Des Moines, but we're going to our friend's wedding that's in Kansas City,
Okay.
and a friend of ours here actually is getting married too. So
Nice.
I just don't love.
I don't have
weddings,
any
and
weddings this year. I'm so bummed.
I feel like we're getting to the point now where it's like really slowing down.
Yeah.
Like most of the people we know are married.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
All my weddings, I'm not invited to.
yeah, you are. You're invited. You're just not going.
No, family that's getting,
Oh.
and they just only hand out a certain amount of
Yeah.
invites. But I think they
them
know,
small.
like, oh, she never goes, so I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna bother.
Yeah.
And that's fine because I'd be like, love you, but no, I'm not going. And it's like all like the tip of Minneapolis or like Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I just can't.
It's a long drive.
It is
It
a long
is a long
drive.
drive.
I would have appreciated the invite still, even if I didn't go, but that's fine.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
We got to think of something to do in August because we usually do something in February and something in August because those are Craig's slow months for work. So we're thinking about what we want to do there.
Is that when you went to the Dells last year?
That is when we went to Crosby,
Okay.
Minnesota.
Got it.
Yeah, which is where we usually go in August. But I don't know if we'll go this year or if we'll take the kids or what.
You should go to actually. Let me go back and find this TikTok that I just sent Calvin because there was this whole thing about national parks that
within
5 hours.
yes.
Did I send you that?
No, but I saw. Yeah, you did, and I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should look on
Look
that
at that.
list and see what's
Yeah.
around. Because like Dubuque's up there, and that wasn't too far. And there's like some stuff I don't know from the
Galena?
southern
Yep, we've
area.
done
Galena would
Oh.
be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Everyone
look
goes
at
to
those.
Galena.
Nebraska's not that far. Wisconsin's not that far. That'd be cool.
Something fun.
Yeah.
Effigy mounds were on there. We've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Pikes Peak. We've done that before. So yeah, we'll see.
If you have any recommendations, let us know.
Yeah.
In
Where
the
should Kalissa go
comments.
next?
Yes.
I always wanted Mary Kate and Ashley when they had like the world
Yes.
map and they're like, let's see where we're going. And they just throw the dart.
Yep. I loved
And I'm
Mary
like,
Kate and
oh,
Ashley.
Back in the day,
They had such an unrealistic life. And I'm
those
like,
were
I
good
want
movies though too. All their
it. Holiday
movies.
on the Sun.
I remember that one. I forget what it's called, but the one where they're in Paris and they give the French chef a hamburger. And he's like counting in French or whatever. That's how I learned to count to 3 in French. Un, deux, trois. So
Nice.
Cool.
yeah.
Love it. All right. On that note, this has been Kalissa.
Hannah.
And Sarah.
Bye.